Hey, second graders. Today for math, we are going to solve put together, take apart, add in unknown word problems. We're going to start the day off by watching a video of the book Tops and Bottoms by Janet Stevens. Then we'll read the situations together or the problems that go along with the story and talk about where the quantities should go in our tape diagrams. Then you'll get into Seesaw and do the Lazy Bear Clever Hare activity. Think about what is known, what are the units and quantities, what is unknown, or the mystery number, and what the relationship is between the known and unknown. At the end, we'll discuss some similarities and differences to other problems we have solved so far. The core math to remember today is that in put together, add in unknown problems, there's no time element. The unknown is one of the things being put together or taken apart, or is the total.
Tops and Bottoms, adapted and illustrated by Janet Stevens.
Once upon a time, there lived a very lazy bear who had lots of money and lots of land. His father had been a hard worker and had given all of his wealth to his son. But all Bear wanted to do was sleep. Not far down the road lived a hare. Although Hare was clever, he sometimes got into trouble. He had once owned land too, but now he had nothing. He had lost a risky bet with a tortoise and had sold all his land to Bear to pay off the debt. Hare and his family were in very bad shape. The children are so hungry, Father Hare. We must think of something, Mrs. Hare cried one day. So Hare and Mrs. Hare put their heads together and cooked up a plan. The next day, Hare hopped down the road to Bear's house. Bear, of course, was asleep.
Hello, Bear! Wake up! It's your neighbor, Hare! And I have an idea.
Bear opened one eye and grunted.
We can be business partners,
Hare said.
All we need is this field right here in front of your house. I'll do the hard work of planting and harvesting, and we can split the profit right down the middle. Yes, sir, Bear. We're in this together. I'll work and you sleep.
Oh, said Bear.
So, what will it be, Bear?
Asked Hare.
The top half or the bottom half? It's up to you, tops or bottoms.
Let's see.
Bear said with a yawn.
I'll take the top half here. Right, yes, tops.
Hare smiled.
It's a done deal, Bear.
So Bear went back to sleep, and Hare and his family went to work. Hare planted, Mrs. Hare watered, and everyone weeded. Bear slept as the crops grew. When it was time for the harvest, Hare called out,
Wake up, Bear! You get the tops, and I get the bottoms.
Hare and his family dug up the carrots, the radishes, and the beets. Hare plucked off all the tops, tossed them into a pile for Bear, and put the bottoms aside for himself. Bear stared at his pile.
But here, all the best parts are in your half.
You chose the tops, Bear,
Hare said.
No, here, you have tricked me. You plant this field again, and this season, I want the bottoms.
Hare agreed.
It's a done deal, Bear.
So Bear went back to sleep, and Hare and his family went to work. They planted, watered, and weeded. Bear slept as the crops grew. When it was time for the harvest, Hare called out,
Wake up, Bear. You get the bottoms, and I get the tops.
Hare and his family gathered up the lettuce, the broccoli, and the celery. Hare pulled off the bottoms for Bear and put the tops in his own pile. Bear looked at his pile and scowled.
Here, you have cheated me again.
But Bear,
Hare said.
you wanted the bottoms this time.
Bear growled.
You plant this field again here. You have tricked me twice, and you owe me one season of both tops and bottoms.
You're right, poor old Bear.
Sighed Hare.
It's only fair that you get both tops and bottoms this time. It's a done deal, Bear.
So Bear went back to sleep, and Hare and his family went to work. They planted, watered, and weeded, then watered and weeded some more. Bear slept as the crops grew. When it was time for the harvest, Hare called out,
Wake up, Bear. This time, you get the tops and the bottoms.
There in front of Bear's house lay a high field of corn. Hare and his family yanked up every corn stalk. Hare tugged off the roots at the bottom and the tassels at the top and put them in a pile for Bear. Then he carefully collected the ears of corn in the middle and placed them in his own pile. Bear rubbed his eyes and watched.
See, Bear? You get the tops and the bottoms. I get the middles. Yes, sir, Bear. It's a done deal.
By now, Bear was wide awake.
That's it here.
He hollered.
From now on, I'll plant my own crops and take the tops, bottoms, and middles.
Hare and his family scooped up the corn and hopped down the road toward home. Bear never again slept through a season of planting and harvesting. Hare bought back his land with the profit from the crops, and he and Mrs. Hare opened a vegetable stand. And although Hare and Bear learned to live happily as neighbors, they never became business partners again.
Now let's read the situation together. Lazy Bear and Clever Hare planted vegetables. In fall, Bear planted 15 lettuce plants. Together, Bear and Hare planted 29 lettuce plants. How many lettuce plants did Hare plant? So think. What are the quantities and units in this problem? Now we can think, how are we going to fill in our tape diagram? Well, we know together they planted 29. So that's going to be our whole. And we know how many Bear planted, which was 15. But we don't know how much hare planted. So that's our unknown. So think, what equation might go with this problem? It could be an addition problem of 15 plus blank or unknown equals 29. Or if you prefer a subtraction, it could be 29 minus 15 equals unknown. So we'll stop there and let you solve that problem in Seesaw. Let's go to the next question. In winter, Lazy Bear and Clever Hare planted 26 vegetables. 12 of them were carrots and the rest were radishes. How many were radishes? So let's think. What are the quantities and units in this problem, and where would they go on our tape diagram? If we know there is a total of 26 planted, 12 of them are carrots, the rest were radishes. So it doesn't tell us how many. We need to figure that out. So think, what equation might go with this problem? If you know one part, and we don't know another part, and we want to find a total, we know the first addend, we don't know the second one, but we know the total. It could be an addition problem, or it could be a subtraction problem. We know the total, we know part, how much we can take away to find the other part or how much are left. Now we'll stop here so you can solve this problem in Seesaw. Now let's look at the third problem. In spring, Clever Hare planted 22 corn plants. 9 of them were yellow and the rest were white. How many were white? So again, think, what are the quantities in units in this problem? We know there were a total of 22 corn plants planted. We know that 9 of them were yellow, but we're not sure how many were white, so that's our unknown addend. Now think to yourself, what might that equation look like? There's an addition and a subtraction that could work with this problem. Now it's time to get into Seesaw. Look for today, Math Friday, January 22nd. Click on the green Add Response button. Find your name and it will pop up. You will notice our 3 problems. What happened in the fall with the lettuce plants? Slide or page number 2 is what happened in winter with the vegetables of carrots and radishes. And slide or page number 3 is the corn problem. All right, so notice you'll have an equation box to put the equation in. You can use the text box to type it in or a drawing tool to write it in. You can choose to do an addition or subtraction equation, your choice. Please make sure you show your work and how you solve the problem. So don't just write the equation with the answer. We want to see how you solved it. So maybe you're going to use the hundreds chart or a number line, or you can click these 3 dots here and add in some base 10 blocks with cubes here as shapes, or you can draw them out with a drawing tool. Again, you have those 3 problems to solve. The 4th page down here is your homework for today, which is in your yellow packet, page 37, LS1 day 3 homework. The top part talks about Lazy Bear and Clever Hare, another problem, to asking you to make a tape diagram, write an equation, and solve the equation showing your thinking. And then at the bottom, it says how many window panes are in the window. How do you know? Is there an odd or even number? And that means window panes is each individual window or piece of glass. When you finish all this work, you will click that green check mark to submit that work for your teacher. And good luck and have fun.